Power Hour Friday, Tesla special as usual. Let me know if my audio is coming in clear. I see everyone in the chat here. DeBooster, Chadwick, Andy, John, Abel, Great American, Vidar, Chris, Juju time. Yes, indeed, it's Juju time. And Tesla stock is having quite the rally right now. And let me just pull everything to the side, make sure it's coming in okay. Yes, hit that like button. Appreciate it. Raptor, how's it going? Let me know if my audio is coming in clear, just so I know. And let me just pull this to the side. So 1131 currently sitting on Tesla stock. We're having quite the rally today. Thank you, whatever. Thank you, Raptor. Okay, Scott, appreciate it. Okay, so we're having quite the rally today. Now, here's what's something to note, right? So we just started Power Hour. We have 1 hour left in the day. Usually, options expiration week, OpEx week, which is today, or it's this week, and options expiration day is today. It's gonna bring some chop. It's gonna bring some chop. So be ready for what might be a choppy Power Hour. But man, the options order flow in Tesla is looking good. In fact, let me just check this out here. Thank you to Booster for the super chat, $4.99. There we go. Let me make sure everything is set. So it pops up there. Okay, perfect. And so if you pull up the options software that I'm using, and this is TradeAddicts, you guys know I've been trying out them. I've actually just signed up for a monthly. In my experience, you guys know this if you've been watching the channel for a while. I've tried AlgoFlow early on in this channel's life. I've tried black box options. By far, I've found TradeAddicts to be the best so far. And granted, it's only been a couple of weeks. But by far the best in terms of just all around market data that I've found. And one of the cool graphs that I like that they have is this essentially algo flow chart that they superimpose on top of the stock price. And essentially what it does, it tries to essentially conglomerate the amount of options order flow, calls or puts, and try to predict where a stock might converge to. So you can see pretty much all day, or in the last couple hours at least, call flow was coming in way out the money. And so Tesla had actually reached that price when it just hit 1134 here. So, take this with a grain of salt, but it looks like we've reached the top side of the call flow. So granted that, if we don't see more call flow come in, this may be some of the top or at least a local maximum until we see more information come in. So going back to Webull here, you'll see Phil, thank you. Appreciate the super chat. $99. Wow. Thank you, Phil. You rock, bro. You rock. Thank you. I see the Juju emojis coming in. Love it. Awesome. Yeah. Why don't you guys let me know where did my beer go? Yes. Thank you for the transition on that. Movember. If you haven't already, check out Movember.com. Link is description. Growing the stash out for Movember for men's health. Thank you for asking. Okay, let me know in the chat where you guys are tuning in from. City, state, country, whatever you guys feel comfortable sharing. Let me just see here. That's awesome, Hillary. There we go. Atlanta. Are you into NFTs? Yes, I'm into Cardano NFTs. And actually, I'll show the Juju gang, Tyler and Concord. Actually, Arab, thank you for the super chat. 28 Canadian bucks. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. My friends, like my Juju gang friends in our Discord community, actually made me my own NFT on Cardano Fighters blockchain. I can actually pull that up in a little bit. But let me read out some of these cities. Rowan, oh man, I can't pronounce that. Virginia, Netherlands, California, Belgium, Austin, Stockholm, Sweden, Chicago, Whippy. There you go, Canadian. Boring, Boston. Not a fan of the Bruins, but Boston is a cool city. Katie, there we go. Boise, Idaho, Kirkland, there we go. Boise, Idaho is kind of a city I do want to visit. Andy, thank you for the $6.90 super chat. Get that Juju. Andy, when you sent me that message on Discord, you said make sure you have your oranges ready. I literally ate all of them in the last 3 days. I bought a pack of oranges on, I think, Monday morning. And I went through all of them this week, and to no avail, because Tesla stock was pretty much flat, right? Other than that one day. So I'm out of Juju at the moment. I'm out of it at the moment. Vancouver Island, Northern Ireland. Wow, Zhejiang province of China, Colorado, Connecticut. Wow, Netherlands, Manchester. I know I should have no excuses. And honestly, that's 100% my fault. Here's what happened. I got a little bit busy. And by the way, 11:32 sitting on Tesla here. I got a little bit busy this morning. I went to go charge the car. I put it to level 2 charging, about 4 or 5 blocks away from this coffee shop that I wanted to work from. And I was like, on the way back, I'll grab some oranges. And then, you look down on your computer, you look back up, and by the time you do, it's like, you're already running behind. I haven't eaten anything. So I run back to the car. I had no time to grab any jujus. So what I'm saying is if we don't finish at high of day, you guys can blame me. T-Mac, how's it going? Tennessee? Tel Aviv, Israel. There we go. Sacramento. Montreal. There we go. Apple Car rumors coming in. Yes, I know Apple Car. There's been a lot of rumors again for the Apple Car. Just put a timer on your phone, like on your iPhone. I'm pretty sure you can just put a timer, right? And just put 3 months. And I guarantee you're going to close your eyes. And in 3 months, we're going to hear about this Apple Car news again. It's just whenever Apple needs a little boost on their stock price, check this out. Apple's sitting at all-time highs at the moment. Check out their yearly chart here. Whenever Apple needs a little bit of a boost, they just get a couple. I'm not sure if it's they or somehow magically, allegedly, somehow these Apple Car rumors start coming out of nowhere. Now, I would normally give this no credence, but Dan Ives, who I do respect from Wedbush Securities, he's come out and said, hey, listen, it's not a matter of if the Apple Car comes, it's a matter of when. And, I don't necessarily believe the Apple Car is coming out. To be honest, if you ask me, I'm still a skeptic that it's actually going to come out. But since Dan Ives really seems confident and willing to put his reputation on the line to say that, listen, it's going to come out, I need to do more DD on it. I mean, I kind of be stoked if the Apple Car did come out, but I just don't know if it does. Favorite coffee shop in Vancouver? I don't have one favorite. I would say where you probably most catch me is probably JJ. That's just me though. That's just because it's closer by. All right, 11.29 sitting on Tesla stock. Caries, thank you for the $9 New Zealand dollar super chat. 12.9. Yes, we talked about this. We talked about this whole split theory. And you guys saying that, there's not going to be a split. Some people thinking there is going to be a split. I don't know if it's a split, but it looks like there's some sort of news likely coming out then. Let's see here. Okay. Yes, competition is good. 100%. 100%. Okay, so let's check this out. So 11.31 sitting on Tesla stock. If we look at the options market, I just actually bought, not sure how long I'm going to hold this for, but I bought January, get this, really far out. I bought January 1500 strike. Let me just find out where it is now. 1500 strike, and I get it. It's very far away. But I bought it this morning. I forget when, but it probably been about an hour and a half now or something like that. 1500 strike. Got it for like $23. They're sitting at like 27 right now. I don't necessarily think, obviously, 1 month, 1.5 months, 1500 strike is going to land in the money. It's more of a shorter term bet. But I'm going to hold it for now. I don't know how long I'll keep it for. But I just feel like the momentum's on our side. And this is what kind of brought me onto this. Here, let me just try to bring up. In our Discord, one of the advantages is we have a bot, an options bot. And it allows us to, 11.33, by the way, sitting on Tesla stock. It allows us to, let me just pull up the link here, to pull some options data just in the Discord directly. And one of the things that I noticed was how heavy call volume was, first of all, relative to put volume. It felt like the call volume was coming back to where it was before Elon announced he was selling. In terms of, you don't have to read all of this if you don't know, but essentially the lean ask and above on the call side is if someone's opening a call position or buying a call position, right? Is probably the better way to put it. $387 million worth of lean ask, $77 million worth of call ask side, and above ask about 31 million. Compared to, if you look at the put numbers, and you might not see some of them because my head's in the way, but it's 20 million, 6 million, 19 million. So it looks very, very heavy in terms of options order flow coming in. And I guess that's reflective with this trade algo, or not this trade algo, this algo flow chart from Tradedix. And we talked about gamma exposure as well, and it looks like 1120 should carry some, or actually we're past 1120 now, so not a lot of positive gamma exposure, which usually ends up dampening the stock effect. So it's almost no surprise that we're kind of rallying here. The next little gamma exposure that we have is if this is accurate, is at 1150, meaning some dampening going on there. Another thing I like to look at with their website is how many dark pool orders we're seeing on Tesla. And they map out their dark pool support and resistance lines, right? Like you'll see a $659 million dark pool line is sitting at 1077 on Tesla. So in theory, that should be a good support level. And in fact, we actually bounced right off of it a couple of times here in the last couple of days even. So it has acted like as a good support. Next resistance on the dark pool should be 1163. So it's kind of the next level to look at in my eyes. But if you look at the dark pool sentiment, I'm trying to make the Chrome a little bit smaller here. You'll see around here is essentially when Elon announced that he's going to be selling stock. And you'll see all these green bars are the dark pool sentiments and what's the net cumulative block trades that can show us momentum. And you'll see there's a mass amounts, like hundreds of millions of dollars of block trade net buying happening up until Elon announced that he's selling. And then from there, a lot of big money leaving in terms of block trades. Now, some of this could be Elon, not entirely sure. I'm waiting for this to flip the script, and I almost wonder if after all the data comes through today, if we don't see that. Patrick, thanks for the $5 super chat. Thanks for your time. What is the best bet on the next breaking news for Tesla? Ooh, well, I think most people on Twitter would say some sort of a stock split or something on 12/9. I'm gonna go out there and say Berlin. I think, and someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong here, Berlin on November 22nd concludes its second round of environmental consultations. Is that right? Second round on November 22nd? Someone let me know. And so if that's November 22nd, that's next month. That's actually this Monday coming up. I'm not sure if we're going to hear on the same day whether or not they get pending approval, but that could be a really big news story that I think is missed on, is Berlin's grand opening. So, and they're already doing a lot of stuff in Berlin. Like, in our Discord, we're shared a lot of videos in the money. You shared some as well. Model 3s running around, Model Ys, in the parking lot. Like, there's a lot of interesting things happening here. Scott says December 9th is the Starlink IPO. Oh, I don't know about that, but that would be definitely breaking news. Rising here on Tesla again, 1135 sitting on the stock. We pull up the Webull here. I'll put an alert up in case we get any more breaking order flow that is worth checking out. I got CNBC pulled up here as well. So if they talk about anything EV related, I'll pull that up. And let me just check out, make sure that this is on here. Short term, 10. Tesla. I'm just going to pull up Tesla options order flow. 1135 sitting on Tesla at the moment. Great American says November 22nd is the final day, but approval might come a few days later. Okay. So that's next week. That's next week. Can Tesla rally $100? There's a good probability. There's a nice probability chance in there. I think that Tesla can rally on that news. I'm not sure if it's all baked in. So let's pull up Tesla order flow. Okay, there we go. So this is 1136, folks. We're rising here. Let's hit 1140 and let's break through 1140, shall we, on the stream? I think we're pretty happy with that. I mean, beggars can't be choosers, considering kind of couple weeks we've had. And I've seen this question a lot. Is Elon done selling? And that's kind of what I labeled it as well. Vern, thank you for the $4 or €4.49 super chat. You are now obliged to discuss the bill that passed in the House today, and also shows the Juju Gang's my favorite tweet. So Vern had this his meme that he wants me to show, and I'll pull that up in a second here. Yes, so the EV rebate or the EV infrastructure bill did get passed. Now it's in the Senate. So word of caution with the Senate is that if they change anything, it has to go back to the House to be voted on. So current timeline is still around Christmas, I believe, unless that's changed. But we'll see. Let's see here on there. Hey, by the way, we're rallying on this news here, so check that out. 11:36:50. Brad says thanks for streaming. Appreciate it for tuning in. Okay, so check this out. 11:37. Again, I'm bullish going into next week when we see momentum like this. I'll pull this up again. Our clue should have been a couple of weeks ago, if you guys remember this. Our clue should have been this. A couple of weeks ago when Elon Musk sold right at close, right, on the Friday, or towards the end of the day, I should say. And we closed our first weekly candle not at high, not at the high. That should have been our first, when we weren't closing the week at the highs. That should have been our first signal that, hey, there's some retracement to happen. Now, what's good is essentially everything that was taken off the stock is we're almost back, right? Post that. And what's even healthier is, we might have just extended this bull run to be longer by what has happened here. Because when a stock gets too far, too extended, too fast, there's a lot of profit takers or potential profit takers that are sitting on the side. And now when you have a retracement like we've had to what might be the 9 weekly moving average, which by the way, we didn't actually officially hit. It's now sitting at 950, but we came pretty damn close. We came as low as 976, right? You gain a lot of momentum again from doing that because you clear off some of the paper hands that might want to take profits or that were just in this for trades and momentum. And then you bring back up the base, right? It's almost like you're shifting up the base. And so closing this week, I'm not going to get ahead of myself for sure. I'm not sure who's calling, but if we can close above what is the top, or what was our opening price last week of 1150, and we're still $15 away, mind you, 45 minutes out, but 1150 would be a ultra strong close. But of course, finishing this with this type of candle on the weekly just shows that there's a lot of net demand sitting out there on the side. So, yes, hey Hillary, that's a good point. I should show this one as well. DeBooster, who's in this chat, also showed me, made this for us. I'm not sure where this is or where you found this orange tree, but shout out to you, DeBooster. He put hashtag hit that bid on a couple of jujus on there. And you know what? Since you've tweeted this out, this is at 1041, right? 1041. I'm not saying correlation equals causation, but 1041 was right over here. You literally hit the bottom. Oh, let me move this over. You literally hit the bottom. You hit the bottom right there is where 1041 is. That's some pretty good algo work by DeBooster. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Take Elon's phone away this weekend. Let's see here. Let's see. Juju for life. Oh, it's in Mexico. Very nice. Very nice. 1134 sitting on Tesla. Let me see here. No new news coming out. Let's see here. Yes, there's more chip shortage news coming in. So honestly, that's why next week could be big. I mean, let me know what you guys think about this, but next week could be big with Berlin. I'm not saying that Berlin is inevitably happening next week at some point, but if talks are concluding, I'm not sure what else we're waiting for. So even if it's by Friday of next week, the news coming out, Tesla can officially start production in Berlin. And this is what I think. I feel like they've already kind of, gathered everything they can, stocked up on stuff maybe, so they can come out the gates flying. Is my question, or is my thesis at least. So, what if Berlin never happens? I don't know if that's even don't even know what to say to that. Berlin is going to happen. Austin is going to happen. By the way, Austin, if you look at Austin's construction videos coming out, like Austin is 95% completed at this point? Close to 100%. Like Austin is done. Very close. Tesla phone. Okay, Tesla phone is not going to happen. Not going to happen. Tesla phone is, in my opinion, Elon's way to troll back at Apple. Like that, it's such a troll thing, right? Like that's what he's doing. He's trolling back at Apple. He's saying, "Oh, you guys want to build a car? Hey, why don't I build a phone?" And then if that gets leaked or if he jokes about it, people will run with anything. But Tesla phone has the same amount of chance as I don't know, Tesla. I was gonna say computers, but I could probably see that happening more likely than a Tesla phone. Tesla, damn, what can't Tesla make? Tesla cups. Ah, damn, that already exists. Tesla mustaches. There we go. How about that? Thank you. Tesla mustaches. Same chance as that. It's not happening. Boyle says Tesla phone has the same chances of 1209 split. That's a good one. Okay, let me know in the comments. Tesla phone has the same chance of happening as ... Let me know in the comments. Wrong answers only. As Tesla ice cream, says Anish. Okay, there we go. Tesla piles remover. Tesla toothpaste. Okay, there we go. Tesla autonomous running shoes. Callum, I think that might be possible, to be honest. Tesla gas stations. Okay, there we go. Tesla phone has the same chances happening as a Tesla football club. There we go. And folks, Tesla at 11:37 sitting on here as a Tesla. I'm not going to say. Some of these I'm not going to say. As Tesla tacos. I can see Tesla tacos happening. I can see it happening. As Tesla diesel engines. As Tesla apple cider. Oh, good times, folks. Good times. As a Tesla taser. Hey, that might actually happen, King. I don't know. Happy Friday to everyone, by the way, as well. Death Raider, thank you for the €5 super chat. Much appreciated, my friend. Thank you. As the Tesla pot? Or do you mean Tesla pot? As a Tesla bidet. Let's look at that. Let's take a look at macro, shall we, as we go through this amazing day. Happy Friday. Macro is not looking too hot. I mean, we're kind of fading towards the end of the day on S&P 500. Nasdaq's still 50 basis points up on the day, but we're still fading a little bit. But one thing to look at for growth is yields are down. Yields are down about 3% to 1.5% on the 10-year Treasury. And VIX has been what has been dampening a lot of our bull run today. So, got to keep that into consideration. Ideally, like I said on the other stream, I said I wanted to see VIX under 17 or under 16. Ideally, we're not there. It's still rising. So we'll see. Yes. So pulling this up again, we'll see the markets are strong today. Like Apple's up 1.5. Whenever Apple's up, whenever Facebook's up, mind you, Amazon's flat on the day, but it had a monster rally this week. The markets are generally going to be strong on days like today. But it's just so much of a mixed reaction. If you look at the watch list, even there's not a lot of heavy green other than Apple on my watch list and Facebook and Nvidia. Nvidia's back up. Damn. Tesla. You know how I said Nvidia is probably $1 trillion company? I feel like that's happening way sooner than I thought. 1137 sitting on Tesla right now. High of days 1138.72. I think we're probably about to hit 1140 in the next couple of minutes here, folks. So stay tuned. Hit like, hit subscribe if you're new here. Join the Juju Gang family. Is a high VIX good for Tesla IV, says Raptor? Potentially, but it dampens any sort of momentum up, right? Generally speaking, the death of a good bull run will be when VIX starts climbing. And so, but you can make this argument, hey, generally speaking, implied volatility might go up as well. And that's true, I guess, if your options are heavy Vega. But if you're deep in the money, for example, or you have very high deltas, then generally your options are not really going to benefit, obviously, from increased volatility. So, and also VIX is a general market indicator. I'm not sure if it's a one-to-one correlation at all with particular securities. I think some stocks are very stock dependent. So I think I would probably say to that, it's nothing like I look at the VIX and I go, oh, my leaps will be up or something. But if Tesla news comes out, or if a lot of options buying starts happening in Tesla, then yeah, perhaps. Okay, let's check this out. Don't worry, we're gonna have our closing guests. We're gonna have feel free to leave your closing price guess right now, but we're going to have our official guess with 15 minutes left until market close. So save your predictions for 12:45 Pacific. Okay. And then we'll find out. Just because if the chat gets flooded now with closing price guesses on Friday, then I can't scroll past like 20 minutes worth of chats. So it just gets stuck. So keep it in the back of your head if you want. And folks, I think we're rallying here. We're $1 away from a high of day. Okay, here we are. 1138 sitting on Tesla stock. Really good strength today. Remember, high. There we go. We just hit a high of day. 1138.72. Still getting used to these 4-digit numbers or these past 1,000 levels. And 1138 sitting on Tesla. Where are we trending to? If you look at the hourly. Wow, what a beautiful hourly graph, though, hey? Let me just turn off some of the after hours extended stuff here. If you look at the hourly, the next supply, well, really, like the next goal here is 1,200. It feels inevitable a little bit. We don't have a lot of supply sitting up here. I can check our dark pool levels again and see if we have much sitting up here. Let me just see. In terms of dark pool levels, we have, let me just see. Make this a little bit smaller. Sorry for the movement. Dark pool levels, we have 1162 is about $384 million worth of dark pool orders sitting there. 1173, about 380 more. So if you want to call it 1175, or sorry, 1160 on the lower end is probably our resistance on the way up. But past 1175, 1200 should hit. So, and we're sitting at 1137 right now on Tesla. So, SpaceX tweet by Elon. Okay, I'll pull that up here. Elon said, wait, what? What did Elon say? Whenever you guys say Elon said something, and I get too excited, but it's usually nothing. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay. Elon's memeing. So Elon is replying to this tweet by SpaceX saying NASA will intentionally crash the DART spacecraft into an asteroid to see if it's an effective way to change its course should an Earth-threatening asteroid be discovered in the future. Awesome. And then Elon is putting up this meme. At first, I was afraid. I was petrified. And whenever Elon's memeing, it's a generally bullish indicator for Tesla stock, obviously. I don't know. Thanks, Matt, for tweeting this out. Appreciate it. Let me retweet that. If you want to follow me, feel free to go ahead on follow me. Link is in the description at Hey It's Yashu on Twitter. 1137 sitting on Tesla stock. No new options order. Well, let me just pull this up. Let me refresh here. Let's take a look. Let's pull up options order flow on Tesla, shall we? Let's take a look here. I just want to look at stuff that is, I was going to do greater than $1 million. It looks like we just got a 2,000 strike. Right here, a 2,000 strike Tesla Leap purchase for $2.63 million worth of premium on the ask. But this is for March 2023, so we got some time on this one. I'm just going to put in only show me stuff that is short term. Let's see if I can do that. Sweeps. Let's just do sweeps for now. Let's just keep it at sweeps, meaning people have come in above the ask or at the ask or at the bid. And so we can distinguish. And in fact, let me just do stuff that's bought. So we saw an 1100 strike call sweep at the ask put in for this week. Interesting. $211,000 worth of premium here. Interesting. I'll keep my eye out on if anything interesting pops up here. Some more call sweeps happening for Tesla, but these are for February of next year. Actually, this one's kind of interesting. Sorry, I'm going to try to zoom in for you guys a little bit if I can. Okay, one step back. So a 1,350 strike Tesla call sweep or call buy for $1.44 million for February of next year. That makes me feel a little bit better about my 1,500 strike for January. 1160 strike for December of this year, 300,000. So we are seeing, and this is whenever you see to the bid, that means someone is selling that call. So either closing the position or selling to open if it's a covered call. But we'll know. Elon is in the chat. Well, if Elon's in the chat, he would tweet something or whatever. I think we would know, but I really doubt it. Also, what would Elon's username be on YouTube? If Elon was on YouTube watching the stream, what would he call himself? Like, would it just be Joe? Would it be like Bob? Would it be like not Elon? Paco says he is not. Doge fodder. No, Techno King. No, he definitely he would be. He got to be more low key than that. The Mars father, maybe, but I feel like Elon being, first of all, would Elon even have a Google account? Yeah, I guess he would. He likes the folks at Google. He definitely wouldn't have a Facebook account. Bob, see, I can get along with like Bob, right? That's what, if I'm Elon and I have a YouTube account, I'm not calling myself Doge Father or Mars Guy. Yeah, Elon Tusk? No, I don't think so. Not Techno King? Listen, there's probably a Bob in here that's like, hey, I'm not Elon. And he says Noel. 11:35 sitting on Tesla stock. Let's pull up the 1 minute again, shall we? We seem to be essentially riding what is our, if you want to call it, our 21 EMA up on the 1 minute. And I think we should probably hold this. If not, 11:34 is only $1 away anyways, which is our 50 EMA. But what's healthy really about this run and about this week is that we're closing at high of week. Whenever, and I'm going back to this, I'm harping on this point, but whenever you're closing at high of week, it's ultra bullish in my eyes. Because essentially what you have, and again, it's options expiration, so anything can happen. And we're probably expecting some chop here to end the week. And here comes the chop, 11:33, sitting on Tesla stock. But whenever you finish at high of week, and we're not there yet, we still have half an hour left, but whenever you can, I mean, it is some sort of a signaling mechanism into next week. And here's the question I have. Elon hasn't posted any Form 4s. I pull up this up on Chrome here. As you guys can see, Elon has posted no new selling forms. The last ones we got were for November 16th. And so that begs the question, if he didn't sell on the 17th, and I guess on the 17th, if Elon sold on the 17th, we would have heard by now. If he sold yesterday, he still has up to today to file. If he sold today, technically he has up to, I think it's 2 business days, isn't it? Or is it just 2 days? I forget. Probably 2 business days, right? He has until Monday then. But usually when insiders sell on Fridays, you usually just get their documents in the evening. And if today we get no Form 4s, and right now as we sit here on Tesla, we're sitting at 17.68 million shares traded. And if we get no new Form 4s, it begs the question, is Elon done selling? Now, I'm not sure. 2 business days. Thank you, Faisal. So if Elon sells today, theoretically, he could wait until Monday to file. But it's you know, why deviate from what he was doing in terms of the filing? And so, you know, maybe shenanigans, maybe he's trying to trap shorts, but it just feels like Elon has pretty much stopped selling, is my guess. It's my going theory at the moment, is that Elon has stopped selling. Gary Black actually said that he can just stick with his scheduled selling dates and just continue that slowly and steady. But we'll see. I mean, you know, I guess we'll find out today by evening for certain. So Harry says, Elon is training the retail investors to ignore his selling. I think it's working. I mean, all it does in my eyes is brings more attention to what's happening. But I guess in the long run, that's right. But remember, when you have the CEO, you have someone as big as Elon selling shares, I think everyone's going to be intimately, you know, aware of it. Boyle says, speaking of analysis, selling forms, what do you think about Rob Maurer about the past 2 days? Is he applying for a job at Tesla? No insight. I mean, Rob has a great channel. I pestered him on DM to come on Power Hour with us, but I don't think he wants to. And which is fine. Don't have to barrage him. But I did read some people tweeting about this, that is Rob potentially doing an interview with Elon? I have no insight. I have zero insight, but That would be interesting if Rob and, I find whenever Rob goes away for vacation, I'm not sure if you guys noticed this as well, but whenever Rob goes away for a couple of days or anything, something major usually happens, is what I find. Wasn't he away for the stock split or something? Or I forget what happened. But he was away. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, maybe Paul. Exactly. Dan says, I bet Rob is interviewing Elon. I mean, I wouldn't put it past it's a greater than 0% chance that that's happening. Who knows? John says Rob and Dave Lee should both be a part of the interview. Yeah, I think that's what I think. Was it Emmett Peppers asked that question on say.com a couple of earnings calls ago, and Dave and Rob were the two people that he mentioned. And so I always thought it was going to be both of them, but we'll see. Oh, okay. Michael says Rob denied Elon interview on his Tuesday podcast. Okay. Thank you, Michael, for the insight. I missed that part. Oh, he specifically said it wasn't Tesla. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Sorry. No new rumors about that. Okay. Give Rob his privacy. Remember, it's okay. So 11:29 sitting on Tesla. We've sold off about $7 here in the last few minutes. But remember, it's option expiration week, so chop is expected, like I've been saying. DJ, thank you for the $50 super chat. We must call upon the gods of Juju. Where is the mystical rain staff? Shake the staff at the sky. Summon the power hour gods and the goddesses. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that, DJ. Thank you. Let me see macro though for a second. We're selling off here. Let me just pull up the 5-minute. Shall we? So the NASDAQ is, again, fading, but nothing massive coming down on the NASDAQ. The S&P 500, again, actually, it's rebounded a little bit compared to where it was before. So not entirely sure. I think the VIX is up, though. Yeah, the VIX is sort of climbing here towards the end of the day. Again, VIX over 18 is not great whenever you want to rally hard. I'll check options order flow here. So I'll see if anything else is coming up. Let's see here. So options, we got a call sweep for 1245 strike for next week. Interesting, only $39,000 worth of premium. Anything heavy? We saw some call closing sweeps come in for 2000 strike that were closed. Actually, weren't these just opened as well? Like not that long ago? Interesting. I must have misspoken. Both of them were covered calls for essentially 2023. Interesting. So we'll keep an eye on that. Nothing major happening at the moment. 1130 is what we're sitting at on Tesla. Let's see here. Yeah, the stock split theory is going around, and this is kind of the last one, the last hint that we got. By the way, what time was this tweeted at? 12:25. 12:25. I don't want to be an alarmist or a tinfoil guy, but I am. But that's Christmas Day. Elon's coming with a gift, is what he's trying to tell us. Let's see what else. This was the last kind of theory that popped up. And again, folks, I don't have a tinfoil hat, but I should probably put it on if I'm going to go down this rabbit hole. Elon tweeted, quote, "We are choked with news and starved with history."
Trady flow signal for Burl call. Strike 265.
Let me turn this off.
And expiration November 26.
Sorry about
2021.
that. Okay. Got the alerts up. Okay. Elon tweeted, "We are choked with news and starved with history," by Durant. And he tweeted this, of course, 12:09 Pacific time. Okay. 12:09 Pacific time. 12:09. Okay. And then here's the thing that everyone was getting super excited about. And to be honest, it made no sense because it was the wrong Durant. But if you Google this tweet, okay, and you figured out, okay, this was by William Durant or Will Durant. Okay. Let me just go to William Durant. Will Durant. Okay. Everyone was going to this guy. Where is he? Not this Will Durant. Which one was it? There's a couple of Will Durants. Ooh, December 8th, this guy was born. Different Will Durant. Hold on. There's a couple of William Durants, and I'm trying to find the one. It wasn't this guy. Maybe it was this guy over here. So it was referring to this Will Durant, okay, who has no December 9th relation, okay, born or died. They're both in November, okay. But what everyone was alluding to, and I'm not sure if someone changed this. Oh yeah, check this out. This Will Durant, who everyone was going to, saying, look, he's born on December 9th, which I'm not sure what's happening here because there's some funny business. Someone must have changed this on Wikipedia, because if you scroll up here, it says December 8th. Okay. So reveal yourself in the chat, whoever it is messing with the Wikipedia here. Death Raider, thanks for the 20 euro super chat. Do you know that your voice is not in sync with your video? I'm new here. Great content. I appreciate that, Death Raider. My voice should be good. Sometimes YouTube is a little bit weird, but let me know in the comments if anyone else is experiencing it. But it should be fine. Sometimes my YouTube app glitches up, so I would just refresh it. But everything looks good on my end. So someone messed up with this, okay? Who's been changing the dates? Okay, this says December 8th. This says December 9th, which was conveniently used as a screenshot. I wonder if I can go through the edits on this and see if someone literally edited. Okay, well, it says last edit on September 15th, so I'm not entirely sure what to say here, but okay. So, okay, audio fine. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you. But everyone got their panties in a wad about this. Just 1209. And this is what I think about this. To be quite honest. I think Elon loves trolling us. He loves it. He's probably, secretly sitting in his ivory tower SpaceX ship, if that even qualifies as an ivory tower. And he's probably laughing at the amount of theories that he can percolate up in the online world just by tweeting something at a time. Like no one else. If Bill Gates tweets out something, first of all, I probably won't read it. But if he tweets something out, I'm not checking the time and doing like a history check on this. But if Elon does anything, everyone's behind it. So December 9th, mystery continues. I hate talking about it, but I have to, right? Because if something happens on December 9th and I was the one guy that was like, folks, come on, I'm gonna look like a complete idiot. So I need to have my back covered here. If on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident am I that something's happening December 9th? I would say I'm at a 6.8, okay? I'm at a 6.89, okay? And mostly because Elon gave us similar hints in July. If you don't remember, I went through a Twitter thread back then in July when earnings was coming out, I believe, about a million reasons why a stock split is going to happen in July. And it never ended up happening. So, I don't know. Right. Hey, Bradford from Halter Ferguson Financial, $69.42 super chat. My friend, thank you. Getting the oranges out of the refrigerator right now. Mark the stock. Keep it up, Yasha. Appreciate it. Okay, I've marked it now. Here we go. Thank you, my friend. There we go. We've got the Bradford trend line up here. DJ, again with the $10 super chat. If you Google his name and birthday, half his results say 9th. I'm not sure if that was changed or not, but interesting. Okay, but listen, could that not just be like, here's what I think. That's just Elon messing with us, right? At the end of the day, can you imagine how funny it would be? Like, think about it. First of all, you're a billionaire, so nothing matters financially to you anyways, right? Life's a game in all the senses possible, right? Once you're a billionaire, I'd imagine. Obviously, more money, more problems. But can you imagine how fun that would be? That, like to just tweet something out, craft it in a way that you think you can leave enough hints. And there's no denying that Elon kind of probably did that with his, stock prices too high tweet. But that would be so much fun. I don't know, just be thinking out loud. Ben says, still planning an interview with the Tesla economist. Yes, Ben, still planning, still on, it's not on schedule yet. We're actually waiting. I'll just come out and say it. We're waiting for Tesla Economist to hit 30,000 subscribers before something can happen. And that would make our interview a lot more fun for both parties. I can't reveal what that is, but go subscribe to Tesla Economist if you haven't already. And we'll find out. Folks, whoa, check this out. Look what we just got. We just got us $15 million, or where is it? $15 million Tesla call buy happening at 1,000 strike. So it's in the money, mind you, but a $15 million order put in there at the ask. At the ask. Oh, you know what? This might be a spread, actually. Hold on. This might be a spread. Oh, here it is. Actually, yeah, they have it marked here. That's pretty cool. So someone opened what looks like a debit spread. Oh, hold on. Just make sure here. Yeah, so someone opened a debit spread where they bought 950 strikes. And let me see here. So they're both at the ask. That would mean that they're both bought. I'm not sure if what that means here, but massive, massive call flow at the ask coming on Tesla. 19 million here, 15 million here. This is part of some sort of spread, but I'm not entirely sure where they've closed that half of the spread because this is not at the bid. Interesting. Something to keep an eye on. But that was massive. Those numbers are massive. Okay, let's go back to Tesla stock price. 1131 sitting on Tesla stock. Where's Tesla economist from? He's from down under, actually. See, I can go down that rabbit hole, but I'm not sure. Not just Wikipedia, on other websites as well. DJ says, but that's the wrong Will, right? That's the wrong Will Durant. The correct Will Durant is the philosopher and husband of Ariel Durant, who Elon loves reading books from. Like this is the correct guy. Whoops. This is the correct guy. And Elon often quotes Ariel Durant, Russian-born researcher and writer. So this is the correct Durant that he's quoting. So I'm not entirely sure, folks. Like we've gone a little bit sideways here, but this is fun. It's what we do on Fridays, and I am going to be refreshing. I'm not after hours for a couple of minutes. I'll refresh this page here to see if there's any more insider sales, but we don't know. The other Durant is GM. Yes, exactly. The accent of Tesla economists is UK. I'm not sure about that. I can put that as a question for him, but I know where he's from. Let's see here. Okay. I guess we'll find out. Hit like, hit subscribe on the video if you haven't already, if you're enjoying the content. We're at 319 likes. If we can get to, let's say 750 as a number, be stoked. I'm watching the like counter. So if you haven't liked it already, doesn't cost you anything, it helps support the channel for free. Just hit like if you're liking the content. Yeah, sorry, last Friday I didn't get to do a power hour. David, thank you for the $10 super chat, my friend. Keep up the great work. Appreciate you watching, David. It's there we go, 415 likes. Last Friday I got a little bit busy, forgot about power hour, to be quite honest. So usually we do power hours on the channel every Friday. I don't think next Friday I can do a power hour. Wait, hold on. Next Friday, aren't Thursday and Friday closed for market hours in the States? NYC market holidays. Let me pull this up. Let's see here. Thanksgiving. Okay, so Thursday is closed for Thanksgiving. Okay, and so Friday is open, it looks like. If someone wants to confirm that in the chat, let me know. But it looks like Thursday we're closed. Okay. I was gonna say I can probably stream on the Thursday. Yes, Thursday closed. Okay. Matt, thank you for the 5 Canadian super chat. Appreciate you, my friend. You know what I love about getting is like all these different currencies, like learning. Well, obviously I'm Canadian, so I know Canadian, but like you get shekels, or you get this country's currency or that country's. It's super cool. So by the way, much appreciated. So Friday's a half day boil down, says, okay, Friday open. Okay, so it sounds like Thursday is closed and Friday might be a half day. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Exit, thank you for the $10 super chat. Let's see here. So well, I was going to say next Friday I can't actually stream next Friday. So I was going to do Thursday. So it looks like probably Wednesday I'll have to. 1131 sitting on Tesla stock. Now, okay, throw in your chats now for closing price guesses on Tesla. And we'll find out in 10 minutes what they are. Shmuley, thank you for the 1790 shekel super chat. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. Let's see here. Okay, we got some guesses coming out. So Marco says 1142, 1133, 1130. All right. Matt says 1138. Okay, so we'll find out. And by the way, again, it's Price is Right rules here, meaning if you're even a penny over, you don't win. It's whoever is closest and under. Price is Right rules here. Got some wild guesses in here. That's all I'm going to say. 1131.50 sitting on Tesla stock. Let's just pull this up. 1201. That's would be very happy with that. Let's see here. Another Elon tweet. Okay, got some crazy guesses in here. 2000. Someone just guessed 2000. I mean, I hope you're right, but we'll see. Let's see here. Someone's tagging me and stuff. Yeah, I saw the Tesla gift cards. I did. Is Elon tweeting again? Let me just pull this up. Where is Elon's Twitter page? I think Elon blocks me. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, 10.5 FSD beta is coming out likely tomorrow. That just came out. Pull this up. Someone asked, 10.5 is going out to 98 scores and above tomorrow. And he says, hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. So that's good news there. 1130 sitting on Tesla stock. Okay, we got our guesses in. This is good. And let's take a look at macro here for a second, shall we, as well? Let me pull this up. Not crypto. Let's go macro. S&P 500 is sitting 20 basis points down on the day. NASDAQ sitting 50 basis points down. Just kind of chopping, right? So, what we're likely going to see today on market on close orders is a big closing cross. Not sure how wide it's going to be, but we'll find out. But there's likely going to be a large amount of volume coming right at close today. So my guess is going to be 1132. That's my guess on the dot. So we'll find out. Volume is surprisingly low. Harry says, yes, it is. I mean, 19 million on a Friday OPEX day. Yes, it's definitely on the lower end. But that's why I think our closing cross today is going to be heavier on volume. We'll find out. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. Okay, so 1128 sitting on Tesla stock right now. And Michael said, do you have, by chance, a recommendation on the best options trading program? Oh, like you mean like to actually teach you? I don't have one that I can tell you off the top of my head. I mean, what I really like, and I'll tell you, is Tasty Trade. Tasty Trade, the guys who made Thinkorswim, they have an awesome YouTube channel. Check them out. They do a lot of options trading. Love those folks. So I think Tasty Trade is probably where I point you to. Bradford, again, with the 1209 super chat. Will stonk be down on December 10th if on December 9th we find out Tesla did a 69,420 deliveries export to China in November, but we get no stock split news? I mean, this is the problem, is like we can hype up this 1209 day, but if really nothing happens, like we might be in for a disappointment on how much front running might happen. But I guess until then, I mean, maybe the gravy train keeps going. So, I mean, here's, there's some guesses in our Discord where maybe 12/9, maybe December 9th is Austin opening day. Could be very possible. Could go right in the timeline, in fact, of what's happening. So that could be it. What's happening on Monday? What's going to happen on Monday? I mean, who knows? But check this out, actually. A pretty good segue into what I wanted to show you here for a second. Let's go to stocks, ticker dashboards. Check out Tesla's seasonality by weekday. Actually, I think I showed this on the Power Hour live stream a couple of weeks ago. But if you look at the weekday seasonality breakdown of Tesla, meaning Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that sort of thing. Monday has the highest percentage of green days for every weekday or for that weekday. So 53% of Mondays are green. Tuesdays are pretty high comparatively, 51. Then you get to 47 on Wednesday, 48 on Thursday, and a very low amount on Friday, 48, relatively speaking, right? This is pretty close to 50-50. Another thing to look at is monthly seasonality. In November, Tesla has a 67% a green month. What's the best way to phrase this? It has a 67% win rate on November in terms of ending green on the month. December, a little bit lower at 54, but January is huge. 72% of the time, Tesla closes green on January. So something to look at. Yasha, what tool set is this? This is all a part of the option stuff that I'm showing you. Link is in the description. It's TradeIdix. I think you get a discount with my referral code. And I think there's I first did a 7-day trial, which is what I said a couple weeks back. And I did that, and I think it was like $10 or something like that for a 7-day trial. But they got a lot of tools in here that I like, and a lot of alerts as well. So keep an eye on that. It looks like we're rallying here, folks. 1137 sitting on Tesla stock. Someone's asking what was the February win rate. I'll check real quick. February was low. February is 36% of the time closes green on the month. 36, so very low comparatively. 1135 sitting on 1136 sitting on Tesla. I think someone's going to be. You guys had very, very bullish guesses. So we'll find out. Jeffrey, love these power hours. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you tuning in, Jeffrey. Let's see here. Do I own Robinhood? No, I do not. How much do I think insurance will add to the share price? Huge margins in insurance. I have a little bit of I think Tesla's insurance business will be huge, but I also think that Tesla will, instead of taking up margin, it will just aim to reduce premium cost to consumers on insurance. And so what you might have is some sort of just highly, highly discounted insurance for Tesla owners. And I think Tesla will add that in just as like a loss leader goodwill item as a service, I think. 1137, it looks like our Bradford algo is working. Our Bradford Halter Ferguson financial algo. He super chatted right over here, and he ate some jujus. We know when Bradford came on the channel, probably about a month and a half ago now. If you haven't watched it, the amount of oranges we were eating collectively was quite high, and especially Bradford. Everyone was saying in the comments, like, get this guy on every week, because I think we rallied to $1,100. No, was it like $900 the first time? Right? I know that was an awesome. It was a stare party, exactly, right? So we'll find out. What's the 52-week high? It is currently sitting at 1243. 1243. All right, pretty good close here. We've got 2 minutes left on close. Nothing on CNBC to talk about, really. Really, really awesome strength to close here. Again, I said finishing at high of week would be awesome, and it really looks like we're about to finish at high of week here. We're, what, a couple bucks away? A couple bucks away. So for all intents and purposes, finishing at high of day almost here. Yeah, how's it not underwater? Yeah, I'm in Vancouver, so I'm fine. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Thoughts and prayers to everyone in BC with all the flooding going on around here. It's terrible to see, to be honest. And yeah, thoughts and prayers with everyone around there. It's been brutal. It's been brutal. I never thought I'd see something like that so close to where I am. So okay, we're 1137 sitting on Tesla. So I'm just gonna pull up my Interactive Brokers, making sure everything's closed up here for the week. I'm still gonna bag hold. I bought some Affirm, okay, thinking that their trade divergence was worth it. Just stupid move. I'm gonna hold it till next week. We'll find out what happens. Really good week though. Wow. All right, we have 30 seconds here to go. 1137, folks. We're about to finish at high of. I think we're about to finish at high of day. 1138 is high of day. 1138.72 to be precise. So closing cross should be interesting. Let's look at the volume that's going to come in. So it looks like every minute we're getting 150,000 shares every single minute here. So here it is. 1138 broke here for a split second. We have 10 seconds left until close. Let's see how closing cross comes in. We might have to wait a second or two to see what the settled price is at close. And let's see here. Come on, 11.4. Some selling pressure here into close, but here we go. Okay, closing bell is, there it is. And it looks like the settled closing price for the week is 11.37 and 6 cents. 11.37.06. Really awesome week in Tesla, considering how much Elon selling we thought there would be. Let me just pull this up here. So Brad, I guess your algo worked. Thank you for that. And let me just pull up the daily chart here in a second. Let's just get rid of this. Delete. I like Webull for their charting. Okay. So pretty strong week from the lows on the 15th of November, sitting at 979, lows that we haven't seen for 12 for like 7 or 8 trading days or something, to where we are now at 11.37. To me, this shows how much demand is sitting on the sidelines, waiting to scoop up Tesla. And don't know if it's funds that are underweight. I don't know if it's, particularly speaking, mandatory force mechanism buying. Elon doesn't look like he's selling at the moment. In the last couple of days, at least, I've got my form website pulled up here. Nothing new has come after hours, so we'll see. And you know what? Some of the weakness this week might have been related to the Rivian IPO, more money pouring into Lucid. Potentially, this would have had some sort of weakness, but we'll find out. Who won the contest? Good question. 11.37.06. I'm just going to try to search for it. 11.37. Actually, it looks like only one person. How many people guessed 11.37? I don't know. A lot of people guessed 11.37 here. Let's see here. The closest person I see, this person's over though, is KK at 11.37.24. But that might be because my chat is missed. If one of the mods, which by the way, thank you to all the mods, everyone here. If one of the mods can just Command F or Control F to figure out who's the closest to 137.06, that'd be awesome. From where I see here, and you guys are trying to fool me because you guys are pulling in stuff that's old. Actually, Rick. Oh, no. This is recent. You guys are trying to fool me here. Hold on. Actually, let me just make sure on Google I can cross-reference the closing price here. One sec. Yeah, 11.37.06 it is. It looks like it might be... Let's see here. This is the hard part of managing a contest. Honestly, I don't think anyone guessed 11.37.06 on the dot, or 37.06 on the dot. I would say closest, Faisal, you were pretty close. I would say Spencer Riley, 11.36.18 is probably our winner. Yeah, I think that's it. There we go. Congrats to Spencer. You win some good juju for the week, for next week. I don't know. Thank you, Vern. Have an awesome weekend. Take care. Appreciate your support so much. Thank you. Why so low volume for options expiration? Actually, let's check that out. So volume ended on the day at 21 million. We had, let me just pull up chart settings, show extended hours. Closing cross, we had, what does this look like? Closing cross, we had 1.3 million shares at closing cross. So not massive, but relatively speaking on the day, like you can see the volume bar for the 1 p.m. chart. I mean, it's probably the biggest that we've had. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why volume has been a little bit lower. Perhaps it could be some, people wondering what's happening with Elon and all this stuff. But yeah, we'll see. Ford just pulled out of Rivian deal. You guys love screwing with me, but I'm going to take your word on this. What happened here? Ford Rivian. Ford drops plan to jointly create vehicle with Rivian. Oh, okay. So this was during market hours. It looks like Ford. Interesting. So this Ford here, actually, I just pulled this up in Chrome. Ford drops plans for Rivian-powered EV. Smart move, in my opinion, as this allows each company to focus on their efforts. Interesting. The Verge is reporting this. Ford no longer plans to make an EV with Rivian, CEO Jim Farley tells Automotive News. Detroit automaker announced it wanted to make a Rivian EV when it first made a $500 million. What an investment, right? By Ford, $500 million in Rivian. Good for them. but they've already canceled a vehicle they plan to make for Lincoln luxury brand in 2020. One reason Farley gave for the canceling was the complexity of combining Rivian's electric architecture with Ford's own software. When you compare today with when we originally made the investment, so much has changed. Our ability, our brand's direction in both cases, and now more certain to us what we have to do. We want to invest in Rivian. We love the future of this company, but at this point, we're going to develop our own vehicles. Interesting. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I would expect them to wanting to piggyback off of it a little bit, to be quite honest. Interesting. Maybe they know that their best hope is really to just keep it separate in case Rivian stock price goes down. Elon is trolling Apple. Oh, folks, a lot of stuff happening here. Okay, let me pull up Twitter here. Pull this up. Elon tweeting a meme. Dinosaurs, watch out for the asteroid. Oh no, they're wearing AirPods. They can't hear us. Oh my God, someone do something. Elon is in a good mood. Whenever Elon's memeing, can't help to be a little bit bullish. A little bit more bullish than usual. Interesting. You know what's also funny is like Elon memeing during market hours is ultra bullish. Like he'll usually save it for the weekend. And you know what? I really hope we don't see another like weird poll this weekend, but I guess we'll find out. Interesting. Elon, I told you, Elon loves trolling Apple. I said this on the stream. It's that all the rumors of the Tesla phone and stuff. Tesla's not going to make a phone. This is Elon's troll back at Tim Cook, right? I'm sure Elon would say that he has a lot of respect for Steve Jobs, but I'm not sure if he would say the same about Tim Cook. Just my thoughts. Bullish for Tesla, yes. What Elon tweeted something else. Fractured but full. Let me see. Where did I miss? Fractured but whole. Yeah. I'm not a good decipherer of this stuff usually. What else? Do you think Gendry has going? Do you think Tesla engineers are friends with Apple engineers? They had to have gone to school cross paths. Well, Elon, I have no idea, but I know what is it? What Elon says? Elon says engineers or whatever that couldn't make it at Apple come to Tesla, or that couldn't make it at Tesla. Pardon me. Go to Apple or go to XYZ company. Like that's what he kind of says, right? Dan says, "Give us a break, Elon. Don't tweet anything weird this weekend." I think that's what kind of people are kind of hoping for. No new SEC filings, yeah, no, not as yet. But I'll refresh here. I don't see anything new come in. So, Unforgiven says, "Apple is a graveyard of Tesla engineers." That's kind of Is that the exact Elon quote? Sounds very familiar. Yeah. Dinosaurs is a theme here. My spidey senses are tingling. Says Matt. You're right. Dinosaurs are a theme here. Anyone want to help me out? What's the inside gossip on this? Dinosaurs here. Dinosaurs here. I mean, I think it's just asteroid related, no? Like, Ice Age, asteroid hits Earth. They're about to hit an asteroid. I think that's probably it, no? Going extinct. Fractured. Okay, Sanju, that's a good point. I didn't realize this. Elon tweeted, oh my God. Okay, Elon replied to this tweet saying fractured but whole, indicating, is that a stock split? I don't know. I don't even know anymore, to be honest. I don't even know. Tweeted at 12:47. 12 meaning December, 47 meaning 11. One day before the 12th. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. What are you guys saying in the chat? End of the Ice Age? Ooh. Yes, but you know what? I think Elon would say that at any time, to be honest. That is a clue. Dinosaurs equal legacy auto. Oh, for sure. I just don't think is that an imminent clue about something? I don't know. AirPods are obsolete. Oh, I don't know. I love my AirPods. I was supposed to actually be getting a call from someone. Let's see here. 950. Okay. End of year price prediction. Not a price target, but my bull, if okay, my bull senses are almost like if like 1300 by the end of the year, is that too much to ask? Obviously that's a lot in terms of market cap, but 1250 is what we hit. Elon tweeted, I'm going to sell some shares. Posted the poll out. We fell. We're continuing to sell on strength. Great, whatever. That's only $60 away from where it was before. Austin and Berlin are yet to come online. We may get some sort of imminent news on December the 9th. Who knows what that's going to be? It's Elon being Elon, so we'll never really know. 1300, 1350, 1400, is that out of the realm by the end of the year? I don't think so. And that's, I'm thinking end of the year, maybe. Now, again, risks there are Elon can sell whenever he wants, so he can dampen anything really massively if he wanted to. Let's be honest. He still has a lot of shares to sell. He can sell like he did that day when he sold like 4 or 5 million. He can sell a lot. So that's a risk. Macro is a risk in the sense that if you look at the S&P 500 daily graph, I mean, check out the strength, right? Move my head. Like, look at the strength. Talk about up and to the right. Look at the NASDAQ on a daily, right? It's just so powerful. And if this trend continues, sure. But if we're due for any sort of a major correction, let's say to the 50 EMA, which we haven't had since, well, it's like middle of October now, or originally middle of September, that could be a headwind. Yields are decent, but, yields are going to be yielding. So 1400 by the end of the year with new factories. And that's, again, if the new factories come off and that's a surprise and Berlin doesn't get extended, I don't know. That's my bull. That's my bull stream side coming out, right? I don't know what you guys think. 1500 run rate at Shanghai, says Matt. Okay, yeah. 1800 by the end of the year, says Anish. 1800 would be about a 1.8, 1.7 trillion market cap. That'd be a lot of billions to add in a couple months. Trust me, I'd be happy if that happened. If quarter four is blown, I can see 1500. Well, yeah, but the thing with quarter four is like we're not going to know about the numbers until first week of Jan, right? Gentry, yeah, hear me out. The KT boundary was when the dinosaurs went extinct. This paper was published on December the 9th. Are you lying? Are you lying? Wait, the K. Oh my God, it doesn't go away. Like this whole conspiracy. Hold on, let me just pull this up if I can here. Let me pull this up. The KT boundary paper. Hold on. KT boundary extinction. Let's pull this up. What paper are you talking about? That was the extinction event. You're gonna have to Discord this to me or something. Oh, here it is. You did Discord it. Okay. 1400 by the end of the year. Yeah. I mean, hey, in 2 new factories are still yet to come online. 2 new factories are yet to still come online, right? That's the thing. And I guess, if you're a pessimist, you could say like, look, Berlin, Austin probably won't come online until Q1. Okay. I guess that might delay it till Q1, but yeah. Honestly, Gentry linked me to this. Yeah, he linked me to the Wayback Machine. Let me just pull this straight up here. Gentry linked me to the asteroid impact and mass extinction event at the boundary. But this is a paper, right? Downloaded on 14th. I don't see where it says December on this. Are you pulling my leg? I don't see December on this. I don't see December on this. Or at least it's not in the beginning of this paper. Unless I'm missing it. It says March 2010 on this. There's no way. I mean, come on, right? Is that possible? Is this on Reddit somewhere? Is this going viral? Is this going viral on Reddit somewhere? Let me just pull up Form 4 filings in case anything pops up here. After hours, we are, let me just pull up Tesla Twitter. ticker here. After hours, we're a little bit down, 22 basis points on the day. Got a straight line buying on S&P. Yeah, honestly. What do you think about Monday price? I'm gonna go bullish on Monday. I think this is a good probability that that we have a strong Monday this week, next week. I'm bullish on next week. I'm bullish on next week. How unnatural is that S&P chart? Said Bradford. Yes, honestly, it's I guess this is what inflation does, right? Like, inflation fears, you got to stay invested to boycott the cash in your account. What do most people do? Just buy S&P 500. And for the most part, good sectors in there. There's good rotation. So how are the Russells doing? Let's see. IWM up the daily. Been taking a hit. More choppy for sure, but oh my God, just crazy. Let's see. Okay. Well, that's the week. Thanks for tuning in on the stream, folks. Had an awesome time. Really strong way to end the week, to be honest. And let's see what next week brings. Hopefully some more upward green action. Am I streaming on Monday? Probably not. Probably just going to do an episode. So hit subscribe, hit like for that. Much love to everyone tuning in, supporting the channel, whether it's positive comments or liking or stuff like that. It all helps support. So thanks for everyone joining the Juju Gang. Catch you next week. Maybe we have news on Monday. Who knows, right? You never know. So that's it for another awesome week. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for everyone for a really awesome month of channel growth, by the way. Like an awesome month just overall for the channel. So much love to you guys. Catch you in the next one. Thanks for all the mods, for modding the chat, everything like that. Take care and catch you next time.